Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk Sara English. I'm Sarah, and I'm so happy you decided to spend some time with us today.
And I'm Mike. Whether you are listening at home, on your way to work, at the gym, or while taking a relaxing walk, thank you for bringing us along.
We know that many of you listen every day to improve your English naturally, and we really appreciate your time.
Today, we have a practical topic that everyone can use in real life. We're going to learn how to talk about your day in English.
This is one of the most useful conversation skills because people often ask simple questions like, "How was your day?" or "What did you do today?"
If you can answer those questions comfortably, you'll feel much more confident during everyday conversations.
Throughout this episode, we will use clear and natural English that is suitable for B1 to B2 learners.
We will speak at a comfortable speed, explain useful expressions naturally, and have a real conversation instead of reading a list of vocabulary.
Remember, you don't have to understand every single word perfectly.
Just relax, listen carefully, and allow your brain to notice patterns. Every episode helps your English grow little by little.
Before we begin, we'd like to give you a simple question to think about while you listen.
Here it is. If someone asked you, "How was your day today?" what would you answer?
Maybe your day was exciting.
Maybe it was stressful.
Maybe it was completely ordinary.
Or maybe so many things happened that you don't even know where to begin.
Whatever your answer is, that's perfectly fine. Every day gives us something to talk about.
And that's exactly why this topic is so useful. You don't need an amazing story to have a good conversation.
Many English learners think they need interesting adventures before they can speak English well.
But the truth is, most conversations are about simple daily experiences.
People talk about work.
They talk about school.
They talk about shopping.
They talk about family, cooking, exercising, or even doing nothing special.
So today's goal is not to tell dramatic stories.
It's to learn how to describe your normal day in a natural and confident way.
Mike, let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
When someone asks you, "How was your day?" do you usually give a short answer or a long one?
Honestly, it depends on who is asking.
That's true. We don't always answer everyone the same way.
Exactly. If I'm talking to a cashier in a store, I might simply say, "It was good, thanks."
A very short answer.
Yes, but if I'm talking to a close friend, I usually tell them much more.
That makes sense, because close friends normally want to know more details.
Right. I might say something like, "It was a busy day. I had several meetings, then I went to the gym, and after that, I cooked dinner."
That already sounds much more like a real conversation.
Exactly. Notice that I'm not using difficult grammar. I'm simply connecting events in order.
That's an important point. Good communication doesn't always require complicated English.
Sometimes simple sentences connected smoothly are much more effective.
Let's imagine we're meeting after work.
Sounds good.
"Hi, Mike. How was your day?"
Hi, Sarah. It was pretty good, actually. I was busy most of the morning, but the afternoon became much more relaxed.
"Oh, really? What were you busy with?"
I had several online meetings, answered lots of emails, and finished a project that had been waiting for a few days.
That must have felt satisfying.
It really did. I enjoy crossing things off my to-do list.
I know that feeling. Every time I finish an important task, I feel much lighter.
Me too. Then after work, I had decided to go for a short walk because I had been sitting for hours.
That's a healthy habit.
Yes, even 20 minutes outside helps me clear my mind.
I think many people can relate to that.
Especially nowadays, when so many people spend most of the day looking at computer screens.
Now let me answer the same question.
Okay, Sarah, how was your day?
Overall, it was a nice day. Nothing extraordinary happened, but everything went smoothly.
Sometimes those are the best kinds of days.
I agree. I started my morning with a cup of coffee, reviewed my schedule, answered some messages, and prepared a few lessons.
That sounds productive.
Later, I spent some time reading because I wanted to learn something new before starting my afternoon work.
I like that. Learning doesn't always have to happen inside a classroom.
Exactly. Even reading for 15 or 20 minutes teaches us something.
Then what happened?
In the evening, I cooked dinner, listened to music while cleaning the kitchen, and finally relaxed with a good book.
That sounds peaceful.
It really was.
Something I notice is that neither of us used very difficult vocabulary.
That's because everyday conversations usually don't require fancy words.
Instead, they require clear organization.
Exactly. One useful way to describe your day is simply to follow the timeline.
Morning, afternoon, evening.
Beginning, middle, and end.
Your listener can easily follow the story because everything happens in order.
Another useful tip is to mention how you felt during different parts of your day.
Yes, don't only describe actions.
You can say, I felt excited.
Or, I felt tired after lunch.
Maybe you felt nervous before an important meeting.
Or proud after finishing a difficult task.
Feelings make your story more personal.
They also help the other person connect with you.
Let's compare two answers.
Good idea.
First answer, I worked, I ate dinner, I watched TV.
That's correct English, but it sounds very flat.
Now listen to this. I had a busy day at work, but I felt happy because I finished an important project. After dinner, I was quite tired, so I relaxed by watching my favorite TV show.
That second answer feels much more natural because it explains both the events and the emotions.
Exactly. And notice that the grammar is still very manageable for intermediate learners.
Another thing people often forget is to include small details.
Small details make conversations feel alive.
Instead of saying, I ate lunch, you could say, I had lunch with a colleague and we talked about our weekend plans.
Instead of saying, I went shopping, you might say, I stopped by the supermarket because I needed fresh fruit and vegetables.
Those little details help your listener imagine your day.
They also create opportunities for more questions.
Exactly. If you say you met a friend, someone may ask, who did you meet?
If you mention a movie, they may ask whether you enjoyed it.
That's how conversations continue naturally.
So while you listen today, think about your own day.
Try to organize it in your mind.
What happened first?
What happened after that?
How did you feel during those moments?
And which small details would make your story interesting to another person?
Now that we've talked about the basic structure of describing your day, let's make our conversation a little more detailed and natural.
Yes, because in real life, people rarely stop after just 2 or 3 sentences.
Usually, the other person becomes curious and asks follow-up questions.
Those questions help the conversation continue, and they also give you more opportunities to practice speaking.
Let's imagine that we are coworkers meeting the morning after a busy weekday.
Sounds good. I'll start by asking you a simple question.
Perfect.
Good morning, Sarah. How was your day yesterday?
It was quite productive. I had a lot to do, but I managed to finish everything before the evening.
That's always a satisfying feeling. What was the busiest part of your day?
Definitely the morning. I had 2 online meetings, answered many emails, and spent some time preparing lessons.
Were the meetings useful?
Yes, they were. We discussed new ideas for future lessons, and everyone shared helpful suggestions.
That's nice. Meetings can sometimes feel long, but they're much better when everyone participates.
I completely agree. After the meetings, I made myself a cup of coffee and took a short break.
Breaks are important, especially when you've been looking at a computer screen for a long time.
Exactly. Even standing up and stretching for a few minutes can make a big difference.
What did you do after your break?
I continued working until lunchtime. Then I made a simple meal and ate while listening to a podcast.
That's something I enjoy too. Listening to English while eating is an easy way to practice every day.
Yes, it doesn't feel like studying, but you're still learning.
That's one reason podcasts have become so popular.
After lunch, my schedule became much calmer, so I worked on some creative ideas instead of answering messages.
Did you enjoy that part more?
Very much. I like tasks that allow me to think creatively instead of simply following a routine.
I think many people feel the same way.
Now it's my turn. Mike, how was your day yesterday?
Mine was a little different. It started very slowly because I didn't sleep well the night before.
Oh no, did you feel tired all day?
During the morning, yes, I needed an extra cup of coffee just to wake up properly.
I know that feeling.
Fortunately, things improved during the afternoon. I finished my work earlier than expected, so I decided to meet an old friend.
That sounds like a pleasant surprise.
It really was. We hadn't seen each other for several months, so we had a lot to talk about.
What did you talk about?
We talked about work, travel, our families, and some funny memories from university.
It's amazing how quickly time passes when you're talking with someone you enjoy spending time with.
Exactly. We planned to meet for only 1 hour, but ended up talking for almost 3.
That happens more often than people expect.
By the time I got home, I was tired but happy.
That's a wonderful way to end the day.
Something important to notice is that our conversation wasn't complicated.
That's true. We simply answered questions with enough detail to keep the conversation interesting.
One useful expression you probably heard several times is ended up.
Yes, ended up means the final result was different from what you expected.
For example, I planned to stay home, but I ended up going out with friends.
Or, I only wanted to buy one thing at the supermarket, but I ended up buying much more.
That's a sentence many people can relate to.
Another useful expression is, it turned out.
For example, I thought the meeting would be boring, but it turned out to be very interesting.
Or, the restaurant looked small, but it turned out to have amazing food.
These expressions make your English sound more natural because they show how situations changed.
Another thing that helps when talking about your day is using transition words.
These words connect your ideas smoothly.
For example, you can say first,
Then,
after that,
later.
finally.
These simple words guide your listener through your story.
Without transitions, your ideas can feel disconnected.
Let's hear a quick example.
First, I answered my emails. Then, I attended a meeting. After that, I had lunch with my coworkers. Later, I finished my project. And finally, I went home.
That's much easier to follow than simply listing actions one after another.
Another useful habit is adding your opinion instead of only describing events.
That's true, because conversations are about people, not just activities.
Instead of saying, I watched a movie, you can say, I watched a movie and I really enjoyed it because the ending surprised me.
Or, I tried a new cafe, but honestly, I didn't think the coffee was very good.
Opinions make conversations more engaging.
They also encourage the other person to share their opinion.
For example, if I tell you I watched a great movie, you might ask me for the title.
Or I might recommend another movie that you could watch.
Exactly. That's how conversations grow naturally.
Let's talk about another situation.
Imagine you're speaking with an English-speaking friend online.
They send you a message saying, "How's your day going?"
Notice that they're asking about today, not yesterday.
So you'll probably use the present continuous to describe what's happening now.
You could say, it's going well. I'm working from home today, and I'm taking a short break right now.
Or, it's been a busy day. I'm finishing an important report, but I'll be free this evening.
Those answers sound natural because they match the situation.
Sometimes people also ask, "What have you been up to lately?"
That's a very common question.
It doesn't only refer to today, it asks about your recent life in general.
You might answer, I've been studying English more regularly recently.
Or, I've been spending more time exercising because I want to stay healthy.
These kinds of questions appear often in everyday conversations.
The more you practice answering them, the more confident you'll become.
Here's another tip.
Don't worry if your day seems ordinary.
Ordinary days are actually the easiest ones to describe.
You can talk about waking up,
Making breakfast,
going to work or school,
running errands,
cooking dinner,
reading a book,
taking your dog for a walk,
calling a family member.
watching your favorite series before bed.
These everyday activities are shared by millions of people around the world.
That's why they're excellent conversation topics.
You don't need dramatic stories to build your speaking skills.
You simply need to describe your own experiences clearly and honestly.
And as you continue practicing, you'll notice that speaking about your day becomes faster and more natural.
Soon, you won't need to translate every sentence in your head.
Instead, your ideas will begin to come out more smoothly because you've practiced these patterns many times.
That's exactly what we're trying to build: confidence through repetition and natural conversation.
So before we continue, think about yesterday again.
Can you describe your morning in 3 or 4 sentences?
Then describe your afternoon.
And finally, describe your evening.
Don't worry about making everything perfect,
Focus on being clear, honest, and easy to understand.
because that's what real communication is all about. We've talked about how to describe your day, how to organize your ideas, and how to keep a conversation going. Now let's look at a few useful words and expressions that can make your English sound even more natural.
These are expressions that native and fluent English speakers use all the time when talking about their daily lives.
The first expression is pretty good.
If someone asks, "How was your day?" you can simply say, "It was pretty good."
Pretty good means good, but in a relaxed and natural way.
Another useful expression is not bad.
If your day was normal and nothing special happened, you can answer, not bad. It was a fairly quiet day.
You don't always need to say everything was amazing.
Exactly. Everyday English is often simple and balanced.
Another common expression is, "I had a lot on my plate."
This doesn't mean you had a lot of food.
No, it's an idiom.
It means you had many responsibilities or tasks.
For example, I had a lot on my plate today because I was preparing for an important presentation.
Here's another expression. Things finally slowed down.
That means your busy day became calmer.
You could say, the morning was hectic, but things finally slowed down after lunch.
Speaking of hectic, that's another useful word.
Hectic describes a day that is extremely busy and sometimes a little stressful.
For example, Monday was hectic, but Tuesday was much more relaxing.
Another nice word is productive.
A productive day is one where you accomplish many useful things.
Even if you're tired afterward, you often feel satisfied because you made good progress.
One more useful expression is, "I called it a day."
That means you decided to stop working or stop doing an activity.
For example, after finishing my last email, I called it a day and went home.
These expressions aren't difficult, but they make conversations sound much more natural.
Now, let's put several of them together in a short conversation.
Mike, how was your Tuesday?
It was pretty hectic during the morning. I had a lot on my plate and I wasn't sure I'd finish everything.
Did things get better later?
Yes, thankfully. Things slowed down after lunch and I became much more relaxed.
Were you productive in the end?
I was. I finished all my work, answered every email, and finally called it a day around 6 o'clock.
That sounds like a successful day.
It really was.
Now let's imagine a different situation.
Okay.
Suppose your day didn't go as planned.
That happens to everyone.
Exactly. How could you describe it?
I might say, today didn't go quite as I expected.
That's a very natural sentence.
Then I could explain why. My bus was late, one meeting was canceled, and my internet stopped working for a while.
Even when something goes wrong, you can still describe it calmly.
That's important because conversations aren't only about good experiences.
Sometimes sharing small problems helps us connect with other people.
And it gives us more chances to practice useful vocabulary.
Before we finish today's episode, let's quickly review some words we used.
The first word is productive.
Productive means you completed useful work or made good progress.
Next is hectic.
Hectic describes a day that is very busy and sometimes stressful.
Then we learned ordinary.
Ordinary means normal, common, or not unusual.
We also talked about routine.
A routine is something you do regularly, often in the same order every day.
Another useful word is schedule.
Your schedule is your plan for the day, including your appointments and activities.
We also used the word relaxed.
Relaxed means calm, comfortable, and free from stress.
Finally, we talked about progress.
Progress means moving forward or improving little by little.
Here's a simple challenge for everyone listening.
Tonight, before you go to bed, try talking about your day in English for just 2 minutes.
You don't need a teacher beside you.
You don't even need another person.
You can speak to yourself, record your voice, or simply think in English.
Start with your morning.
Then describe your afternoon.
Finish with your evening.
Try to explain not only what you did, but also how you felt.
The more often you do this, the easier speaking English will become.
Little by little, you'll notice that you spend less time translating and more time communicating.
That's the goal. Not perfect English, but confident English.
Every conversation, every sentence, and every day of practice helps you improve.
Before we say goodbye, we'd love to hear from you.
Write a comment using today's topic.
You can write, I'm your name from your country, and today
Tell us one interesting thing that happened during your day.
It can be something exciting.
Or something completely ordinary.
Every story is welcome because every story is a chance to practice English.
We always enjoy reading your comments, and it's wonderful to see learners from all around the world supporting each other.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us today.
We hope this conversation helps you feel more confident the next time someone asks, "How was your day?"
Remember, fluency doesn't come from memorizing hundreds of difficult words.
It comes from using simple English again and again in real situations.
Keep listening.
Keep speaking.
Keep believing in your progress, one conversation at a time.
And we'll see you in the next episode of Talk Sara English.